Have you noticed something unusual? Cash is gradually vanishing, slowly, not suddenly. There hasn't been an announcement or a vote, yet within just a few years, we've transitioned from having cash in hand to merely seeing numbers on our screens. Many label this as progress. They call it convenience. Yet behind this facade lies a strategy, a worldwide transition aimed at making every transaction traceable, taxable, and ultimately under control. This is what constitutes the war on cash. Following the events of 9/11, governments globally began associating cash with crime. Terms like terror financing, money laundering, and tax evasion transformed the concept of privacy into one of suspicion. Simultaneously, banks recognized a significant insight. Digital currency provides complete visibility. There were no more need for armored trucks, lost bills, or personal privacy. From that moment, the battle against cash shifted its focus, no longer about safety, but about control. In 2000, cash accounted for over half of all transactions. By 2025, this number is projected to plunge below 20%. In Sweden, a staggering 98% of payments are digital. In several US cities, cash is no longer accepted. It has effectively lost its status as legal tender, despite the law still stating otherwise. The establishment has a convincing pitch. Digital payments are safer, faster, and cleaner. This sounds innocuous until one considers what is sacrificed. Cash means your transaction concludes with you. But digital transactions are everlasting. They are logged, analyzed, and monetized. In 2016, India abruptly rendered 86% of its currency worthless overnight. Citizens woke up to an empty wallet. In 2022, Nigeria attempted a similar maneuver, replacing notes to boost digital adoption. Each time, the most vulnerable suffered the most. This is the grim reality of a cashless society. Those who need money the most are hit first. However, these incidents weren't mere accidents, they were trials. Behind every promotion of cashless convenience are the same global powers orchestrating the next step. Central banks, technology giants, and financial elites envisioning a future where money is not only digital but also programmable. In such a world, freedom may come with an expiration date. Every financial revolution has its architects, those who reap the most benefits. In this war on cash, the architects are quite visible. They occupy boardrooms in central banks, financial institutions, and tech companies, preaching convenience while constructing a surveillance infrastructure. The next phase of the cashless campaign goes by a name: Central Bank Digital Currencies, or CBDCs. These are digital forms of national currencies created by central banks. While they promise efficiency on paper, they in reality offer control. Unlike traditional bank deposits, CBDCs are programmable. This means money may be limited by code, dictating where you can spend it, what purchases are permissible, or how long it remains available. This isn't theoretical. Testing is already underway. Big tech didn't create digital currency, but they have mastered tracking it. Every time you tap your phone or pay online, your data is collected, packaged, and sold. For them, a cashless society means total visibility into behavior, spending habits, locations, even emotional states. Your financial footprint becomes your digital identity, which holds more value than gold. Behind the scenes, organizations like the IMF, the World Bank, and the Bank for International Settlements synchronize their agendas. Their declared aim is financial inclusion. Yet, in this model, inclusion translates to assimilation, where everyone exists on a single monitored network. The Bank for International Settlements refers to this as the new monetary order. They're not concealing it, they're publishing it. Every crisis leads to the same response: digitize more, exert greater control, and centralize further. In 2008, they urged for regulation. In 2020, they emphasized safety. Now, the message is a call for digital currency to ensure stability. However, their concept of stability equates to everyone else's dependency. Notice the gradual changes. Stores stop accepting cash, ATMs disappear silently, and banks shutter branches. You're not explicitly instructed to abandon cash. Alternatives simply dwindle. It's not a prohibition, it's an insidious squeeze. In a cashless environment, each transaction passes through a gatekeeper, a bank, fintech platform, or central database. Consequently, every dollar is subject to monitoring, restrictions, or even censorship. In an era where digital platforms already silence voices, it's alarming to think they might also stifle your financial freedom. There won't be a single announcement proclaiming the end of cash. Instead, it will fade quietly through influence and policy until one day you realize the final bill in your wallet has become a relic. When that moment arrives, money won't merely be something you possess, it will be something that possesses you. They assured us that going digital would simplify our lives. No more waiting in lines, no more fumbling for change. But every convenience comes with its own price. In a reality where currency only exists on screens, you don't possess your wallet. It's dictated by someone else's system. If they can track it, they can block it. If they can program it, they can punish it. And if they can erase it, what do you truly own? Cash offers anonymity. Digital currency does not. Each tap, swipe, and purchase unleashes a trace. They argue this is necessary to combat crime, but once such power exists, it will never solely serve one objective. Governments can monitor activists, and corporations can predict behaviors. Algorithms may decide your affordability even before you attempt to purchase. In the analog age, privacy was natural. You had to choose to become public. In the digital age, surveillance is the norm. You must strive for privacy. And as cash withdraws, your final layer of personal privacy vanishes likewise. In a programmable framework, money ceases to be neutral. Imagine being told your funds would expire unless you spend them quickly to stimulate the economy, or that your carbon footprint disallows travel or specific purchases. This isn't mere fiction. Such systems are being trialed right now. When money is governed by rules set by others, your freedom becomes conditional. In China, the digital yuan is already integrated with a social credit system, rewarding compliance and penalizing dissent. Misuse your funds or express the wrong thoughts, and access can vanish overnight. Western leaders dismiss this as dystopian. Meanwhile, they construct parallel systems, just with friendlier terminology. When everything relies on the grid, an outage can freeze daily life. Cyber attacks, power failures, and technical glitches evolve into weapons. In a cash society, crises mean inconvenience. Without it, they can lead to paralyzation. For billions globally, cash isn't simply nostalgia, it's essential. In rural settings, cash remains the only means of trade. For the homeless, unbanked, or displaced, cash signifies freedom. As cash disappears, so too do they. The ultimate aim of a cashless society isn't efficiency, it's enclosure. Once all money is digital, every citizen is confined within an inescapable financial system, one that isn't owned, but merely endured. Control shifts from governments to coded regulations, from consent to compliance. This constitutes the quietest coup in history. Most individuals are cheering it on. So, what can you do? Cash still functions, utilize it. Each time you transact in cash, you send a small but potent signal. Privacy still matters. Autonomy is still a reality. Support local businesses that accept cash. Retain some funds outside the system, not out of paranoia, but as an assertion of freedom. Technology isn't the adversary, dependency is. Digital tools can either liberate or enslave based on who dictates the code. Choose platforms that prioritize privacy. Investigate how cryptocurrencies, peer-to-peer transactions, and open-source technologies can return control to individuals, provided they're used wisely. If a system requires secrecy to operate, it was never constructed for your benefit. The future of money will be shaped by those who question its purpose. Cash may diminish, but the struggle for sovereignty over our lives will endure. They can digitize currency, but not bravery. They can erase paper, but not integrity. Remain aware, stay sovereign. The upcoming reset isn't simply about currency, it's about you.